Bill is a federal air marshal who lost his daughter Olivia about 10 years ago, and he has taken to alcohol for comfort. He is preparing for his next trip and goes to the airport. At the front, he brings out his cigarette to have a smoke. A random man comes to meet him and asks for his lighter. He gives the man the lighter, but the man tries to talk more about where he is going. But Bill refuses to reply. The man tells Bill he is going to Amsterdam before he walks away. Bill enters the airport and looks around. He checks out all the passengers and sees a little girl, Becca, who is flying alone and flying for the first time. Becca mistakenly drops her teddy bear and Bill sees it. When Becca is about to enter the plane, she meets the flight attendant, Nancy, who welcomes her, but she refuses to enter the plane because she is nervous. Bill picks up Becca's teddy bear and goes to give it to her. That encourages the young girl to board the plane, and she takes her seat. As an air marshal, he can't reveal his identity to anyone, and he has to ride like normal passengers. He visits the lavatory to clean his face, where he meets the second air marshal, Jack, but refuses to get familiar. He goes to his seat and his partner sits beside him. However, a lady keeps asking everyone by the window side if they are interested in changing seats with her. The lady meets Bill's seat partner, who agrees to leave her seat for her, and she sits down. As the plane is about to move, Bill brings out a ribbon he has gotten from Olivia, and he uses it to tie his hand because he is nervous. Another flight attendant, Gwen, joins the plane, and the captain, David, and his deputy, Kyle, announce they are about to move. The lady beside Bill introduces herself as Jen, and she tries to converse with Bill. She asks if he is indeed nervous to fly, and also asks about his daughter. He, however, tries to ask her what she does for a living, but she pretends as though she didn't hear the question, and she asks to sleep. Later, Bill goes to the lavatory to smoke. As he returns to his seat, he receives a message from an unknown number. The person claims to be one of the passengers on the plane and asks if Bill is good. Bill warns the unknown man that it is a crime to use the internet on the plane. But the man also reminds Bill that it is prohibited to smoke in the lavatory. Upon seeing the message, Bill looks around the plane trying to see who is sending the message. He walks to the other side and he receives another message, asking him to set an alarm for the next 20 minutes. When Bill wonders why, the man says because someone will die on that plane in 20 minutes. Seeing the apparent hostage situation, Bill inquires about the man's demands. The man claims he wants $150 million, and he immediately sends Bill the account number to pay. Bill suspects that Jack could be the sender. He signals to call Jack and takes him to the lavatory, where he accuses Jack of breaking the secured network. Jack insists he hasn't done anything wrong, so he shows Jack the messages he's been getting. Jack in return shows his phone to confirm that he is not the culprit. Jack tells him that the sender is just trying to trick him since he knows his secret. He dismisses the entire message and tells Bill not to take any more on it. However, Bill insists on meeting the captain. He goes to David and tells him about the situation. He asks David to contact the TSA so they can trace the account and if they can land. They are presently on the Atlantic and they can't land. He asks for the record of all the passengers and that they should switch off the network in 10 minutes so the hijacker won't be able to confirm the payment. He asks Nancy and Jen to help him look into the camera and find out if anyone is using the phone, while he keeps texting the hijacker. He receives a call from the TSA regarding the issue, and Jen repeatedly sees Jack on his phone. The hijacker asks about Olivia, and that makes Bill suspect Jack. Jack enters the lavatory and Bill confronts him. Jack attempts to bribe Bill, throws his phone into the sink and pours water on it. He attempts to kill Bill, which leads to Bill hitting his head and killing him. After that, Bill gets another message from the hijacker congratulating him on the first death and asking him to reset the alarm. He takes Jack's phone and Jen helps him repair it. He finds out Jack was talking to a man who suspected he carried cocaine, and he searches Jack's bag and finds the cocaine. He realizes they have both been played by the hijackers. David informs Bill that the account number is in his name and confiscates Bill's badge and gun. He asks if the first death has happened, but Bill hides Jack's death. He returns to the cabin, and Nancy tries to find Jack. He confesses to Nancy about what is happening, but convinces Nancy to keep quiet until they find the hijacker. He announces that there will be a search on the plane, making David believe he is the hijacker. David contacts the TSA. While searching, he searches Fahim, a doctor, and also searches for some other passengers who prove to be difficult. Time flies and he must act fast to prevent another passenger from dying. He immediately sees the man who asked for his lighter at the airport and claims he was going to Amsterdam. He confronts the man named Tom and asks Tom what he is doing on that plane. He hits Tom, takes him forcefully and hits his head. He calls TSA to confirm Tom's identity, but finds out Tom is just a school teacher. Tom confesses that a man paid him to ask about his location. Bill asks him to find the man on the plane and takes him around the plane. At that moment, it is 20 minutes, and the plane enters turbulence. He runs to the cockpit and sees David convulsing. David dies due to poisoning and he makes the second death. Bill calls the TSA again, asking them to transfer the money at least and arrest him later. He also confesses about Jack being the first victim, but the agent refuses to believe him and asks him to switch off the network coverage on the plane. TSA orders Kyle to switch off the network and land north in about 55 minutes. Some passengers get paranoid and try to protest, but Bill calms them down by promising them free trips for a year. A group that doesn't believe him starts making plans against him. One of the passengers, Zach, declares that he is a computer programmer and can trace the phone the messages are from. He traces the phone, and when they make a call to confirm it, the phone rings in Charles Wheeler's pocket, although he denies being the owner of the phone. Bill starts hitting Charles to confess, but Charles starts convulsing and dies from poisoning. Bill goes to smoke in the lavatory, where he sees a hole leading to the cockpit where the poison was exposed to David, and he also finds a piece of it in Charles's pocket. He meets the last person to use the lavatory, and the older lady tells him Jen went after him. He confronts Jen, asking why she sat beside him. She admits to having a weak heart and the possibility of death, so she prefers the window seat when flying. Around the same time, news outlets report Bill as a terrorist and reveal his struggle with alcoholism since his daughter's cancer-related death a decade ago. It is also revealed that the account belongs to Bill. Jen unlocks the hijacker's phone and it sets a bomb on. They find the bomb in the cocaine Jack was carrying. While trying to find a solution, Riley and some other passengers attack Bill, and he eventually reveals a bomb is on the plane. Tom takes the gun and forces them to release Bill so they can find a way to survive. Meanwhile, TSA sends 2 Typhoons to follow the plane and order Kyle not to descend. After checking that the bomb can't be detonated without exploding, Bill suggests that the plane go 8,000 feet low, and they will hide the bomb at a place and cover it with several luggage, so they can reduce its effect. He tries to convince Kyle, who eventually accepts, and they move the passengers. Becca is so scared that she refuses to leave. Bill convinces Becca and gives her Olivia's ribbon. He takes her to Jen, and she sits by the window side. Bill receives a call from the TSA again, confirming they sent the money. They insist he is the hijacker, and they had seen a video uploaded by one of the passengers of how he was dragging Tom around to find who paid him, to find out Bill's location. Bill finds the phone and watches the video. He sees Tom planting the phone and poison in Charles's pocket. Before confronting Tom, Tom holds Riley at ransom. They fight, and Riley escapes to take a bullet, but Zach confronts him. It is revealed that Tom planned the hijack to show the U.S. security is nothing after he had lost his father to the September 11 attacks. He claims that after the attack he went to the military but returned to see the security still bad. So he wants to lay a landmark in blood to show everyone how bad the security is. He plans it with Zach, but Zach hopes they will escape and share the money. However, Tom is ready to die in the attack. Bill convinces Zach that there is no way they will survive without detonating the bomb. Refusing to die, Zach attempts to detonate the bomb, but Tom shoots him. Kyle forcefully descends and the bomb escapes midair. In the process, Becca almost falls off, but Kyle and Jen drag her back. Bill kills Tom and subsequently kills the injured Zach. The plane descends successfully, and it is revealed that Bill saves the day. Becca goes to hug him passionately and gives him his ribbon. The movie ends with Bill meeting Jen with hopes that a romantic relationship may brew between them. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, leave a like to help the channel out, Also leave a comment if you'd like us to recap your favorite movie. Thanks for watching.